Okay. I would like to do one run through so I don't have to sneak in. We'll take it from the top. So this most definitely feels cheesy. I am so sorry because that's just how it feels to me, but it's not for me. So I got to do it. So for this video, I basically wanted to give y'all a life December update. Right now, it's crunch time. I'm not gonna lie because I really want to have a good pattern or a routine coming into the New Year resolution rule, spare fingers. I just feel like it's due time just because how much time I've already spent. And I really was trying to find a pattern that kind of works for me or at least gives me room to experience and do stuff in life because sometimes I need a break. I genuinely do. People is a lot for me. That just is what it is. I can deal with who I deal with. I can associate who I associate with. I have my limits and I know that. I'm not gonna continue to be somewhere where I know I'm like, yeah, I'm gonna, it's time for me to leave because I know how I get. I just go ahead and remove my soul and go from there. So I got this template because this is how serious I'm trying to get about this. I'm filling out a template every time I do a video so I can have an outline of what I'm going to do. So before I get sidetracked, as we were saying, December life update. So we've made introductions, warm welcomes, and basically we're just going to talk about what's going to happen in the next couple weeks and going into the new year. And I ain't gonna lie, I'm trying to keep up with how society and everything is going right now. So I think y'all should do the same. Like I think you should do the same as well. Just the FYI. But first off, let's talk about how I'm not gonna be able to do this competition this upcoming weekend because the way work being, I haven't been able to be consistent the way I wanted to be, and I'm not gonna go somewhere and mess myself up just cause. I just feel like I should wait until I get a better routine or a better pattern or what I need to get done, more discipline. And right now it's a little hard because I'm trying to be disciplined in so many different areas, as we can see. For those that follow me and support me on multiple platforms, I do a lot of things just because it's like you gotta have multiple skills to survive out here or multiple talents or whatever the case may be to keep food on the table or however you decide to survive. And for me, I pull from that. I'm just gonna have to wait for the next one, depending on where they're gonna have the next few at. I think they already got the next 6 months out. I have to go check, but I'm not really sad about it just because it was one of them things. I found out about it probably 6 weeks before it, and I really felt like 6 weeks was really pushing it, especially with me trying to get this routine and this schedule down because I'm trying to do so many things and I'm trying to get them done in a timely manner. No, I'm trying to get them done in a timely manner. I feel like I could put that off a little bit longer until I get a couple other things aligned the way I want to. So right now that's, off to the side. So as I was saying earlier about having a routine and a schedule, it's been a little more freely. I wouldn't say freely, but the flow. I've been trying to get a good flow of things between trying to figure out what type of content I genuinely want to make. Because depending on the type of content that you make, it's going to depend on the type of people that you're going to be interacting with. Because I don't know about y'all, but on a lot of my platforms, a lot of my lives, a lot of my stuff, I do respond back to people, good or bad. And it's more, I'm being more conscious. I'll try to say more conscious about what I'm posting and how I post or how I decide to go about it because that's going to be the people that I'm interacting with the most when it comes to. And when I tell you that I've been pulling back from a lot of things just because it's like, it's not the space I'm giving. It's not giving what I needed to give. And right now I'm in a really nice space where I want to grow. And then a couple other things like organizing. Right now, I'm a bit over the place. I'm not gonna lie. Having multiple communities and they having their own personality is crazy, but I feel like it's a challenge because you really are keeping different energy from different stuff, different things. And for me, not even what I need to do because depending on where I'm at, is like what my uniform is, what my work attire is, what my name tag say. That's basically how it goes for me. So I be telling folks, I don't know. I know the internet how the internet is, but it's just funny to me because how I envision it. And that's why I be telling folks like it's taking me longer because I'm really trying to decide what I want to do. Say it like this, I try to be nice. I really do. And being nice doesn't do a whole lot for a whole lot of people. So I try to be considerably kind. So I just want people to be mindful of that, especially with me trying to participate and be around other people and really support folks. I just like to have a space where I be comfortable. I know the world ain't lollipops and clouds and sugars and all cues, but for the people that do want to deal with, I hope that's not an issue because don't act a certain way. Look, unless it's about some money, I'm not gonna act no certain type of way. I'm gonna get in, I'm gonna get out. I showed up because I am really a homebody or inside somewhere away from people body person. So it's not on purpose. So in order to get those little issues together, I am trying to shift how I handle and deal with stuff and associate with people just because I know how I am. Like I'm not gonna hold y'all. I don't be here half the time. Sometimes I just be arguing for the sake of arguing, and I just don't care because there's more valid things to argue about. And like for me, in my head, we'll argue about something that's blatantly like it doesn't take a rocket science to see. It's like you're questioning my intelligence, and I don't like that. Like I ain't saying I'm the smartest person out here, but I also not saying that some of the things that people engage in, the arguments that they engage in, are genuinely pointless, and it's just to be bickering. Like I could genuinely admit that. Like that's something I can be like, yeah, I did that. So really, I just been spending a lot more time trying to organize and see how I want to go about stuff. Like I said at the beginning of the video, organizing and seeing how much I want to show up. Right now, I have a routine that I think I can stick to, but I have to get in my head. Like I haven't put in 10,000. You know how they say 10,000 hours is how much you could be like genuinely be like you learned the skill. I haven't put 10,000 hours into this. So I can't genuinely be like, oh, this ain't for me or this is not working. I have to put in the time. And then after I put in that time, then I could genuinely be like, I really put in the time and it just wasn't for me. It's just not for everybody. I just when I watch this platform and then I watch the creators that really put in a lot of work and a lot of effort into the editing and a lot of things like that, especially when it comes down to teaching and the free information that they give is crazy because I know how much work and production that takes depending on the system that they have. And that's something you have to grow to appreciate because if you have a good system, a flow of everything, you can go different places in a lifetime. And that's how and where I'm at in my development right now. Because I don't mind having fun and none of that, but I really feel like right now is more of a time for me to lock back in and really decide where I want to put my foot down in the soil. I got to really try a lot of different stuff throughout my 20s, a lot of different things. Like, and that's it's a lot more than a lot of people could say. So with that being said, now I can decide how I want to go into these next few years. If I am blessed with those next few years, how I go about that, and I know how I want to go, especially with the way that society is going right now is going to be very do or die-ish. Or look, I'm one of them type of people that kind of either side of the coin because just seeing how everything going is it's frustrating, and then you just have to accept what it is, or I don't know. Don't ask me. I'm not the designated adult in this situation, and I'm pretty cool with that. Because what do you tell some like? How do you tell somebody Like, how do you explain the blatant, like, I like, can somebody give me a word? I'm so baffled because the other countries see the tomfoolery and and it's like, can we gotta talk about this as a group project. Like we gotta come in and discuss things and whatnot. I feel like that confidently anyway. But before I get off topic, talking about things that we most definitely are already thinking about, but I'm not gonna lie, I appreciate you guys coming. Y'all been on my other page talking about get back on YouTube, get back to the content. And I'm like, well, why? Because, for me it's like you have to give a certain amount of yourself to these platforms because in order for folks to really get into this, you have to get on like a certain level with folks. And for me, I've always had this little space to come in, get personal, get connected, and I pick up and go, bounce, disappear. Now with it being more people are locked back in, family wise, community wise, and it's at one point it was like nobody in the social media, nobody knew me. And when nobody know you, you gonna act a fool because you ain't gotta worry about no influence or anything from the other side. You ain't gotta worry about that because the two not connected. Now that the two is connected, it's like, y'all make this because I know how social media is, and it's weird. And I'm just like, you know what? It was for me, it's for me. If it's not, it's not. So that's why I moved the way I moved, just because I know how all of this get. And I'm not really on that. I just enjoy people. If you happen to be somebody, you have to be somebody. But the thing is, everybody's somebody. So it's a win-win situation. What are you talking about? It's all one of them situations where you make it for what it is. And if a person play with that, that's on them. You gotta understand that, like, we all got different paths and how we decide to deal with things and experience life and blase, blase. But I'm working on things that's most definitely helped me process and be around more people more often. So before this video gets cut off, because I know this video is rounding up to be about 20 minutes, and my watch is counting down. I want to say I thank you guys for coming to see my video. I'm trying to make it better. It's something that I have to watch and really grow into. Once I hit them 10,000 hours in this, then I can officially say if this is for me and if it's not. Like, let's say that look, I'm giving my community what they want. They asked me, so I'm going to present it. So this is the update for December. This is what I got for y'all. Imma try to make another one of these maybe mid-December. Give me, like, a couple weeks and let life happen, and then we can go from there. But look at the time. I gotta be very punctual because that kinda helps me be a very functioning adult. So I will talk to y'all next time, and yeah.